On this episode of Life in Rural Japan, I'd like to talk about why more and more Japanese people aren't getting married or having relationships. Now, some of these statistics I found out are pretty weird. I tell you, they're going to blow your mind. So people in their 20s, 19% of women and 23% of men said having a romantic relationship is a waste of time and money. Well, there you go. Now, out of these, men of all ages don't want to get married, 42% of them, for financial reasons. If they get married, their money's not their own. They have to give it, the wife takes care of it, and they buy a house, and if they have children and that sort of thing, they can't do what they want. 40% of women, they don't want to give up their freedom or independence. So a lot of women, they like going out with their girlfriends. They go to restaurants or cafes and have desserts and different things, take photos, put them up on Instagram and that sort of thing. They like doing that. They go away together, so they don't want to give up their freedom. If they get married, they can't do that. Now, out of unmarried Japanese people between the ages of 20 and 49, 34% have never dated. They've never had a boyfriend or a girlfriend. So that's pretty wild, Anyway, so I think there's a couple of reasons for this. I think work life is one. In Japan, work life can be pretty difficult. If you work for a company, you go to work early, you finish late, by the time you get home, it's late, you don't want to do anything, you go to bed, and the same thing happens the next day. And then you have other jobs where you might start work at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, and you might finish at 10 or 11 o'clock at night. So they find it difficult to meet, boys and girls and that, so it's difficult for them. But I think a big reason is technology. When we were kids, we never had technology. We didn't have internet. We didn't have computers. We didn't have smartphones. We didn't have games. There was no PlayStations or any of that sort of thing. You had to make your own entertainment. So, you'd hang out with people, you'd talk and meet new people. You'd go to the pub after work and have a few beers with your mates and that sort of thing. You did things. But now, a lot of young guys, they don't do anything. They'll come home, they'll watch YouTube, they'll play games on their phone or on the computer or on the TV with their PlayStations, and they don't do anything. They're just like hermits. So it's just work or play games. That's sort of their life. So I think this is a big thing. So I'm not sure if this trend is happening just in Japan or if it's happening all around the world. I'd be really interested to find out what's happening with this. So if you could please leave me a comment with where you're from and what's it like in your country. Are people dating and getting married and having children? Here, couples who get married, a lot won't have children or maybe have one child. Gone are the days of big families. Like there were 5 kids in my family, and then cousins, there were 6 in one and another 4 in another. People had big families, but now people aren't having big families, especially here in Japan. Maybe 1 or 2, very rarely 2. 3 is very unusual. So if you could please let me know what's happening in your country, I'd really appreciate it, because this is a really strange situation. Anyway, that's all for today. Have a good one. Until next time, that's all for now. See ya.